All right, hey, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites, which come in day in and day out to prophesy the downfall and destruction of America, aka Babylon the Great. I want to first and foremost give all honor, glory, and praise to our Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
The honors our apostles and others of great Muslim who taught us the truth, and who will well and peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right? We're just doing some meditation on the times that we're in, all right, and seeing everything that's going on in the earth. We will understand that this is the time to end, all right? Yahushua, Lord of the world, inwardly calls Jesus Christ, is getting ready to make his return, man, all right? These fucking peon people just walk in every damn Saturday thinking nothing is going on. But y'all really about to find out real soon.
Right.
So we're going to touch on the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, all right, and go from there.
This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, this is that very same time which the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. And as the angel told Ezra to measure out the time diligently in itself, and how we're able to measure the time diligently in itself is looking at everything going on in the earth and linking it up with biblical prophecy. That lets us know that this is that very time, okay, in which the Lord is getting ready to judge this place, America, aka Babylon the Great, and deliver his people.
Yeah, let me, I got the definition for the word measure. This is measure, the definition. It says, estimate or assess the extent, quality, value, or effect of something, a plan or course of action taken to achieve a particular purpose.
That's what we're told to do. Is Yahushua told us himself to watch as well as pray. You know, we're watching for these things to come, so that that day doesn't come upon us unawares. All right, but you got a lot of people that aren't watching, that are stuck on stupid, and that they're gonna be caught off guard when things begin to happen in the earth.
This is Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what we are. The brother was going into how nobody wants to watch. We're vigilant. You know, we're looking at everything that's going on in the earth. We're looking at all the prophecies that are happening in the earth. You know what I mean? So that's our job, to report on everything that we see and to tell people, to warn people, to blow the trumpet that warning is coming. I mean, that war is coming. You know, famine, pestilence. It's not just one plague. It's not one plague and then the end comes in several plagues. The Lord did the same thing in Egypt. Okay? Egypt, at one time, their economy was thriving. The Lord's about to do the same thing in America, because America was a superpower, the hammer of the earth for so many years. Nobody ever thought America would crumble the way it's crumbling. And we see insurrection right now, rebellion of the people. We know the Lord is on his way. It's not that long. But our job as prophets is to watch. Measure the prophecies out. Okay, we know the MOTB is coming next. Okay, we know the famine is coming. Okay, we know some more pestilence is coming. The Lord told us to look for all these things before he will return to the earth.
And I got a prayer right here. This Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me when I shall answer when I am reproved. All right, and the Lord has set up watchmen upon the walls of Jerusalem, man, to sound the alarm, you know, in his holy mountain, his people. Okay? People think it's a fucking joke that you have men about here sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst. You know?
That's the spirit you said that, sighing and crying, because this brother was bringing it out this morning. How somebody asked him, why you always look sad or angry. The brother just said it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are angry. You know, we're watchmen. You know, we can spiritually see what's to come, the forecast of misery that's coming to this place, bitterness. So how could you be in the spirit of mirth and folly like you people? Which truly shows that you people are some of the dumbest people in the earth. Because even on a basic level, the whole media is telling you people that it's over. You know?
Right.
But you know, you're in that spirit of ignorance is bliss. And hey, those who laugh now are gonna cry real soon. And those who mourn now are gonna be laughing, okay, later, which is real soon. You know, because we're mourning right now because of the abominations. It's completely wicked out here. You know, but to you people, this is normal. Okay? And that's what we mean by the Most High is getting ready to bring judgments and finish this place off with you in it. Okay? Can I bring out something? This is Ezekiel 3 and where's that? 18? I'm gonna start at 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the words at my mouth and give them warning from me. And that Israel is not talking about those fake JOOs that's over there in the land right now. They gotta come and get loud. The Most High gonna kill people like that, man. You know, but the real Israel is the true Israelites, the Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigner Gentile that might look like the heathen. But we represent the house of Israel, the elect, being at the forefront of this spiritual battle, the spiritual army. It says, here it is. Yes, therefore, hear the word of my mouth, which is the prophets, and give them warning from me. So we're giving you warning. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So we're out here so that the blood is off our hands. So when these judgments come upon the soils of America, we can say, look, we told you, we warned you already. Your blood is not going to be required at our hands because we're getting the blood off of our hands. If we don't come out here and tell you people, then what? The Most High is going to require your blood by our hands because we didn't warn you. All right? I don't know if you want me to finish up.
Yeah,
finish up. Okay. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou shalt be delivered from thy soul. Thou hast delivered thy soul. You know? You want me to finish?
I mean, you got it right there, yeah.
All right. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also thou hast delivered thy soul. So if you hearken unto the words of the prophets, if you hearken unto the word coming out, you won't die in your sins, you know. But we already know according to prophecy, like the brother started off with, these people were made in vain. You know, so as in the days of Noah, we're at the end, but these people are going to just walk up and down, okay, looking for a good time, looking for their rest in this place, not understanding that it's high time to wake out of sleep, that they really should be hustling and bustling to come up here and gravitate towards the word. But the Most High doesn't want these people to come up here and take counsel from his word, because somebody has to be judged. And it's these people, all right, that love this world. And if you love this world, you love the evils that go on in this world, you know. And that's the difference between us and them. We're supposed to be set away, set apart from this world.
Right. All right. Let me get a precept real quick. This is Zechariah 7, starting at verse 11. It says, but they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Yeah, and that's where these people are at this point. They're willingly ignorant. All right. I mean, we ain't out here speaking Russian or Arabic or something like that. We speak in plain English that the common American speaks on a day-to-day basis. All right, and we yelling it at we yelling the truth at this point, and people are really walking by, ignoring us like they don't hear us, purposely now. Okay, purposely ignoring us when they hear everything we saying. You see, so they pulling away the shoulder, they stopping their ears, man. Verse 12, it says, yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law in the words which the Lord of hosts hath sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts.
So you can't say that the Lord didn't warn you, because he set up his prophets as in the days of old to give you people the warning before he sends a judgment. You see? And like the brother said, make their heart, like adamant stone. The scriptures also talk about how the Lord had made this people's heart fat. They can't receive the truth. They've been spiritually blinded, so they can receive judgment.
That's right. Yeah, so these people, they're at the point of no return, all right? Because they've accepted all sorts of different ideologies, okay, that has blinded them from any type of truth, all right? It ain't even got to be the truth of the Bible. It's any truth in general. You know what I mean? Look at the black woman. The black woman has convinced herself that the wig, okay, is her natural hair. She in the mirror brushing that motherfucker like it's really hers or something, man. And that motherfucker purple, green, yellow. It's like you don't see that, it's all a facade. You know what I mean? You haven't figured out the gag yet that, well, really Donald Trump and Elon Musk, at this point, that's why they're doing a lot of trolling. They're pretty much trolling people in the White House now, man. It's not even serious to them anymore. Look at Donald Trump. He's laughing. Joe Biden is saying again. Elon Musk is up there cracking jokes, but they cracking jokes about world domination, right? They're cracking jokes in a serious time because at this point, they know that they already got you people. So it's like, yeah, we might as well get up here and clown around, right? We might as well be as sloppy as we want to with these enchantments. Who cares? These people ain't gonna figure it out anyways.
They're kind of telling these people the truth in tidbits, because just a while ago, you got Trump and Elon Musk speaking about America being Rome. Even Elon Musk changed his name to a Roman name, just messing around, said he was messing around, but this is what we've been telling you. According to Revelation 13, America is Rome coming back. A revived version of Rome coming back. And this is the place that's going to be, the beast, the dragon, the whore, they're going to be destroyed. So this is the kingdom that, the Lord will return to and destroy. And it's beautiful because these people, they all have it wrong. Like, these people are playing themselves out because you act like you don't want to hear what we got to say. But all we literally got to do is come out here and prophesy against you. Prophesying to the wind. That's why I told this brother before we turn on the camera, it's just one of them days. Just slow down, feel what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. The Lord gonna speak through us. We ain't really gotta have nothing prepared. So hey, you people are honestly playing yourself, walking up and down, ignoring, talking shit, scoffing. Okay, this is a part of your backstory. Okay, before you got destroyed, this is what you was doing. You was out here talking shit.
Yeah.
Okay, in denial.
Yeah, the Lord gonna show you people this moment when you get back up to the spirit world. Remember this? You know what I mean? Oh Lord, you didn't give me a chance. I didn't know. Well, remember this? Remember Saturday? What's today's date? April fucking 26. Remember April 26, Saturday?
At 1:44.
At 1:44, you walk past the men of the Lord and you chuck your chin up like you didn't need it. Yeah, okay. You people are going to be held accountable for everything you do in this time period, and it's going to determine the severity of your judgment, man.
And I got the word for adamant here. It's describing somebody.
Speak up a little.
I got the word for adamant here. It describes someone or something that is inflexible and resistant to change. So these people, they're not flexible to hear to this word because they don't delight in this word, man. And they're not going to change their ways. That's why they got to be cleaned up.
And they want to say that we closed-minded.
Right.
Nah, we're flexible. We're open-minded. We're open-minded. Our spirit is open to receive whatever message Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua wants to give to us. Really, you people are the closed-minded ones. You know what I mean? That's why you judge us and you don't even know what we talking about, right? We talking about things that pertain to salvation, things that can save your life. But a motherfucker will walk by and just see the image and be like, ah, them niggas ain't talking about nothing. Oh, they're terrorists. They're crazy.
And
you don't even know what we talking about, man.
And because they got good jobs and a good living life, they not persuaded to think otherwise, man. They think that this kingdom's going to last forever, you know? Not knowing that, hey, for even you Edomites, man, this is not your rest, you know?
And we've done it already. We've done, like, the scripture talk about a man of wisdom, you know,
Concerning both time and judgment. Yeah.
concerned with that. And we've lived, you know, we ain't got to wait till we 70 to get certain wisdom. We've lived, you know, in this truth. It's kind of like living a fast life, like a cram session of wisdom. We've done everything you people do. We've probably done more wicked, some of us, like Paul, than you know, one of you people. But it boils down to being the elect. If you're the elect, the Most High is not going to charge them sins against you. So it's like not like we don't know. We know what, you know, we know our society's messed up at this point because the ways of the Most High is not being kept. That's why it is what it is, you know. We've been there, done that. We found out that the way we were living, it's a cycle. It's just a repeated cycle of fucking, it'll destroy you. The average person, they can't even hold a full sentence if it ain't something that they're quoting from some fucking movie. And that's why these people can't perceive the truth, because like the brother said, we open-minded, we're versatile, we can speak on multiple things. Okay, you want to speak about health, science, okay, spirituality, okay, the women, whatever it might be, we can speak about it. But you people can't speak about the same things in righteous judgment.
That's right.
You just quote what the fuck you've been indoctrinated with, you know?
These are the same spirits from when Noah was on the scene. You know, the book of Ecclesiastes, it tells you, I think that's Ecclesiastes 1, where it says there's no remembrance of former things. So when you come back, you come back as the same dumbass you was during the time of the flood. Because they was laughing at Noah. It never rained before. Have missiles ever hit America? No. We're building a spiritual ark. And the same thing is happening. They walk by and point at us and laugh. That's why we're going to laugh at y'all calamity. Because it's going to get bad. It's not just like everything's going to be peaches and cream and then the missiles come. No. It's plagues that's going to happen first. Everybody is going to be in turmoil. Everybody's going to be scrambling. That's why the scripture said that they're going to be walking around like blind men, not know what the hell is going on when the answer was right here. You know?
I got something. This is Proverbs 1:24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And the Lord is doing that by way of his prophets, man. Luke 1:70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. All right? And they're back in their lots today doing the same exact thing. Prophesying to the people and sounding the alarm on the Lord's holy mountain, warning them what's to come and to repent. And so you got certain wayward individuals out there teaching false doctrine, all right, and pumping our people's heads up with bullshit. You know?
That's right.
Not telling them what the fuck, like, what's coming down the pipeline for this place.
Well, you know, now IUIC, they starting to renege on everything they said, right? As far as the mark of the beast. Now it's a digital thing now, right? But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, from the apostles and elders going down, we've been telling you that the mark of the beast is you know, the system is going to be digital. You see? But now IUIC is jumping on that bandwagon because they're getting scared. That's really what it is. They're getting scared. You know what I mean? And pretty soon, they're not going to be able to keep up with them lies. They're going to have to blurt out some type of truth. Even the devil. You know what I mean? He even the devil gets caught up in his own lies to the point to where he got to say somewhat of the truth now. Right? So how much more are these other camps that have been lying to their congregation for years? Okay, eventually they're going to have to blurt out the truth and say, hey, well, you know what? This is the end. And the MOTB is this. The white man is the devil. We should have been like this. We should have been like that. But for a lot of you wayward camp leaders, it's going to be too goddamn late because you didn't wipe that blood off your hands. And now you got congregation and your members that are diehard on some false doctrine that are going to get themselves killed. And then that's going to all be on you, man.
Yeah, it's real sick too. It's twisted because I know what them guys are doing. They pretty much see what we're doing, and it's like, all right, well, we can do it too. but they already got one foot out the door. They know that when this shit get real, they already know they gonna dip out.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, as long as they're doing it, GMS, we can do it and we can do it better. It's like, you know, but you don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing this sincerely. They just want what seems to be the glory that we're getting. That's why they're exalting themselves. You know, oh, we just came from Kenya. You know, we got the most members.
Yeah.
You know, we this, we that. Snake riding in on a horse. It's sick. It's kind of like that gang stalking target individualism. If you look it up on YouTube, it's like, we want to be those guys.
Yeah.
You know, I want to jump in your body, but literally, they already know they're going to run for the hills. That's why they're not telling the truth now.
And then in the latest episodes of the IUIC, now they want to build an Israelite community, you know?
Yeah. Well, they linking up with the Christian church. They linking up with Muslims.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to join that together and hear both sides of the coin. Okay? I mean, you niggas been in the truth this long, man, and at the end, this is when you come to the conclusion of, you know, it's time to link up with the Muslims. It's time to link up with Christianity and let's start a community with them. Out of all the times we done cuss them out on the corners, out of all the videos, rebuke videos we done made on them damn doctrines, and here you niggas go trying to join up with them, all right? Because you know what it is? They want their followers. You know what I mean? It's all about followers and views and clickbait. That's what they want. They want the Muslim followers, they want the Christian followers to listen and tap into what they saying, and hopefully they can give them their cash app at some point during the conversation, you know?
And they know they getting ready to tuck tail and haul out of there.
Yep.
So they want to get us wrapped up in some shit.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of like, yo, you got an enemy, and you kind of, you know, you ain't messing with them. So whatever they can do to get up in there and get you caught up into something, because they ain't got no other type of way to get at you. That's what they want to do. These guys know that they're the hirelings. They know that.
Yeah.
They know that because you're going out of your way to hide the name of the Lord, to hide the truth. Well, if you could get us caught up into something, that's why I said it's very sinister, it's weird, it's sick. It's like a gang stalker. It's like somebody that follows you around to get information on you, try to be like you, act like you know, and if they can, get you to react some kind of way and then get you caught up into some shit. That's what it, you know, it's sick.
Yeah, because here it is, the Nation of Islam, like this brother said, they linking up. They're trying to put the Hebrew Israelites in the same light as the Nation of Islam. They're already deemed by our enemy Esau as a terrorist organization, radical, whatever you want to call it. You know, they've already thrown that, you know, that name on us, Black Hebrew Israelites. You know, it's black. It has a negative connotation in itself. You know, we're not black. We're not black. Nobody on the face of the earth is fucking black. You know, Hebrew Israelites as a people, man, we range in skin tones, man. And certain of us don't even look like the typical so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Esau, he's black. He's borderline, man. He's a fucking devil.
You know, the scriptures talk about Daniel 12, that a great awakening. You know, the elect is going to wake up to the truth, and the rest of the people is going to wake up to be ashamed. And the average person is ashamed of the truth, the gospel, because it upsets what they want to do with their lives. Okay? But that's not going to make the truth of non-effect. Right. I got something on that. You got it. Okay. This is Isaiah 30. 30 and 9, start right there, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So that's the average mindset. You know, people say prophesy unto us something we want to hear. That sounds smooth. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Tell us something that we want to hear. Don't tell us the truth.
Yeah.
It's like a woman. You could get all the panties you want if you just tell a woman what she want to hear.
Right.
Even though it might destroy her by you lying to her. You might see something down the road like, you know what? I just want the panties. I'm not going to tell her the truth. You get the panties and let her go ahead and walk off into destruction just because Well, that's what you people want. You want to hear smooth things. You don't want us to tell you the truth. But the truth can save your life.
Yeah.
Okay? And the truth is that it's high time to wake out of sleep. Withdraw yourself from all of the social media, the propaganda of the media. Stop believing in this system. Stop trusting in the so-called white man. All right? Stop being a fucking airhead and listen to the prophets. You know?
Yeah.
But hey, people pay. You got all kind of establishments where people pay people just to hear a good word.
Yeah.
You know, read me some tarot cards.
Yeah, well, Scientology and shit.
Scientology,
Yeah.
psychics,
Yeah.
the church.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a big thing right now. Everybody goes to church.
True.
Oh yeah, we just went to church. The Lord ain't in the church. The Most High is not dealing with them churches. So
Right.
try again.
But that's
You
how
know?
they justify their behavior.
Yeah.
They spend that one Sunday out the week. They'd have been a demon all week. You know, that one Sunday justify smoking blunts, committing adultery, scamming niggas. You know, being disrespectful to your parents, because that's in the scriptures too. These stupid kids don't understand that. The Lord ain't playing. You choose one day of the week to just be righteous, and then the rest of the week you can be a demon, you're going to get destroyed. The Lord never operated that way. This is a lifestyle. Even when cameras cut off, even when you're not around your church congregation. This brother brought up Scientology, and the main people that do Scientology, that shit is people with money, because they got their consolation here. What the hell they need to believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahshai for when they got it here? They already got their kingdom. Tom Cruise, Scientologist.
Yeah.
You know? And he got bread. He the biggest white actor, Edomite actor in Hollywood. Why in the hell would he listen to us? He don't have to. But he gonna listen to us when we put him in slavery. That's what's coming for. They don't want to hear that part. That's why they didn't want us to wake up.
Well, they don't want to hear. These people don't want to hear. That homosexuality is bad. You know what I'm saying? That's a big one. You know, that homosexuality is bad when clearly it is. You know what I'm saying? You get a whole bunch of diseases from homosexuality, right? Homosexuality opens you up to a demonic realm. Aleister Crowley said that. He said that that's the #1 way to connect with Satan. Homosexual activity. That's how Aleister Crowley was an active homosexual, and he was doing that so that way he could get closer to Satan. Facts, man. You could look it up. So how are we wrong for telling people that two men are not supposed to be together? Two women are not supposed to be together. Clearly they're not supposed to be together. You know what I'm saying? A child will tell you that. But like the brother read, these people, they want to hear smooth things. You know, these people, they want to do what the fuck they want to do and not be judged for it. You know what I mean? That's what Esau has created a society of. Do whatever the hell you want to do, all right? And you can't be judged for it. And if somebody judges you for doing some wicked shit, oh, they just a hater.
Right.
That nigga just a hater, man. He don't understand. Nigga, get your money. You know, everybody has that mentality. All right, it's not just niggas, heathen, women. Everybody got that mentality, man. Of I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, and if you tell me otherwise, you a hater. You know.
That's in the mindset of elementary kid students. They got that mindset like, oh, they a hater. Oh, my teacher's a hater, or you know.
Yeah.
They
You supposed to
think
grow
that way.
up, man. You supposed to grow up and accept right from wrong, man. You see, these people are hypocrites because they understand right from wrong when it pertains to their own life. But in reality, in general, it's just it's a goddamn freestyle. You know what I mean? Because these people will tell you, let you go up to somebody's car and you start putting, I don't know, fucking Minute Maid juice in the gas tank. Somebody be like, hey man, what the hell are you doing? Right? You can understand that you're not supposed to put foreign substances in a gas tank, but you can't understand the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's how you know the Lord has purposely blinded these people, man.
It's that pride of life too. You know, just that arrogance of, yeah, I'm here today, I can do what I want to do. Like, why is Earth and Ashes proud? You know, you got motherfuckers go stand and smoke a cigarette because they proud. For you to smoke a cigarette and say, you know what, I know this shit is completely poisonous to my body that I'm borrowing. That's proud as hell. I can do what I want to do. But that's why they can't be told anything. Because they walk. Because I be watching these people during the week. It's like, damn, you so dumb but you couldn't be told nothing. That's a plague from the Most High. Because the scriptures, all throughout the scriptures say that the day of the Lord is coming to justify and destroy and take vengeance on the proud and the haughty. So you people are at the point of no return where even if you can receive some information that would be more worth than $1 trillion, you couldn't receive it anyway. Because you're walking up the street with your chest poked out, with your fucking nose to the sky, as if you're somebody and you're nothing. You're broke, you're poor, you're miserable, you're stressed out. A lot of you are suicidal, you stink, you're dumb as fuck, you're ugly, you know?
That you know, pretty much doing whatever you want. That's the mindset of the devil. That's that Aleister Crowley, do as thou wilt. You know, that Thelema of shit, man. You know? So people, a lot of these people are fucking Satanists without saying it. They won't admit it, but they are. You know?
Pull out some scriptures. This is 2 Corinthians 4:2. We reject all shameful deeds and underhanded methods. This is the NLT. We don't try to trick anyone or distort the word of Yahweh. We tell the truth before Yahweh, and all those who are honest know this.
Right, so we're not about twisting, you know, the scriptures of Yahweh Shem El Shai to our own, you know,
Interpretation.
right, interpretation and having some kind of ulterior motive behind it. You know, as certain individuals in, you know, within these other camps are misleading Israel. That's what they're doing. You know, okay, fucking IUIC want to try to, you know, come behind what GMS have been saying for years, you know, and trying to correct what they've been saying about the MOTB. Really, it's too fucking late. You've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And scoffing against the apostles and elder bishops on them.
Yeah, that's they little. Watch, you're gonna start to see a lot of these camps. They're gonna start scrambling and trying to be good guys now. You know what I'm saying? You know, trying to make up for all the dirt that they've done to the real men of the Lord over the years. But I mean, some things are just beyond repair, man. You know what I mean? You niggas have called brothers jobs and done all types of petty ass shit. Oh, you said we was rapists?
Yeah.
Hey, somebody on the street will fuck you up for some shit like that, man. And you niggas was running around telling everybody that. You was telling non-believers that to stay away from us because we, you know, we're pedos or something, man. You can't come back from that, man. You know what I mean? That's fucked up, man. All right, so yeah, we don't want to hear that bullshit, man. A lot of y'all, you know, you're going to have a lot of the members that's going to leave these other camps. Hey, man, I always knew GMS was, I always knew y'all kind of had the truth, man. I said something was wrong with Alizar. You know, we going to be like, all right, well, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. But, hey, you go ahead and go do your own thing, man. May Yahweh Shem Yahushai be with you, but go do your own thing because we can't trust you. We don't know what you said. You know what I mean? We don't know what you done to brothers.
Like John the Baptist told them wicked ass scribes and Pharisees when they tried to step to him. He said, hey, man, who warned you to flee the wrath of the Most High? You know, like pretty much to say, stay your ass over there so you can be destroyed.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, y'all got to come back to us to get the truth. You know, that light that is set up on the hill, you gonna have to circle back anyway. Like the brother said, Amos, there's gonna be a famine of the word, and then you're gonna need an intercessor. You're gonna need the prophets. You're gonna need us before we need you.
As they got older.
But you've done too much, so it's kind of like, nah, stay over there. We want you to be destroyed. You know, at this point.
And my dad.
And we're some of the most merciful. We got the attributes of the Most High. Shit, brothers know, like, we be ready to, you know, long suffering, you know, forgiving people. We're some of the most forgiving people you'll ever meet. But we also got that other side to us. Hey, man, you curse the Most High, you're gonna die. You know?
Right.
And we stand on that. So fuck you. A lot of you niggas are not right.
That's right.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56, and verse 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant.
Ignorant, without knowledge, man. Okay? A lot of these camps, the leadership of these other camps are sold out, man. Right there under 501c3 charters. So they can't bring out the whole of the truth. You know?
Right.
Go ahead.
They are all dumb dogs.
They're
They
dumb
can-
dogs. They're dumb dogs. Okay, to be dumb means you're mute.
Right.
You know? They're not giving our people everything, the whole scope. All right, they're not telling our people that they need to repent. All right, they're not showing them the right way, man. You know, they're handling the word deceitfully, like we got. All right, they're coming behind their own ulterior motives, whether it be for fame, money. You know, they're all dumb dogs. Because what's the point of a sheepdog, a guard dog? They're the, you know, they actually warn their owner and they're a guard unto the flock. You know, go ahead.
They cannot bark.
They cannot bark, so they're pretty much useless. They have no use.
And that's what a dog does all the time. He barks. And if he can't do that, you know, then he's just a...
He's a mouse.
Yeah.
He's a mouse at that
No
point.
good.
Yeah, you know, good, you know. It's like a horse that can't run. You know, they actually, you know, people who own horses, they'll tell you, if a horse breaks his legs, a lot of the people that own a horse will just put the horse to death.
Yeah, they'll put him down.
You know, they'll put the horse down because, I mean, if the horse broke his legs, you know what I mean? It's like, what the hell is the use for this horse? You know what I'm saying? Which that's a fucked up way to think about it. Like, damn, we're just gonna put the horse to death. But in a logical sense, the horse probably wants to get put to death. If he broke his legs, he's like, damn, I can't even run no more. What's the use of me? You know what I mean?
Continuing on, sleeping and lying down, loving to slumber.
So 2/3 of our people are asleep. All right, and you've got certain people in these positions of leadership over Israel that are keeping them asleep. You know,
Yeah, it says loving to slumber.
loving to slumber.
These niggas is comfortable here.
Right.
All right, you know, you in that bed, and it's you and your woman, and you be in that, you know what I mean? Because you know Jake be simping. Jake be in that bed till fucking 4 p.m. laid up. You know what I mean? Jake ain't got nothing done, ain't exercised, just laying up all day watching movies with him and his bitch. That nigga, he comfortable, you know?
You gotta ask yourself, if we at the end of the world, which these people so gone down, they don't even believe in that no more. Wouldn't the Most High send someone to warn you if you are believing in the Bible? Which again, most of these people are atheists and Satanists by default at this point.
Yeah.
Because we're at the end, you know. But so who would that be? Who would be the ones that's coming to warn you? Is it the small hats, the ones that own, you know, the record industry, that own the television station, that's running all this wickedness? Would it be the president? All them wicked ass white men, all the, you know, come on now, it's no secret. So who would it be?
Well, these people are hoping it's somebody that look like Kenneth Copeland.
Exactly.
You know, they're hoping that it's Joel Osteen, but it ain't.
Exactly.
Okay, it's gonna be the poor and the afflicted. It only makes sense because we're the only ones that can speak about you know, the struggles of being an Israelite, the struggles of captivity, right? And because we've struggled, we've been put in a position of no choice but to look at reality. You know what I mean? And be mindful of prophecy. You know what I mean? Japan, out there in Japan, the Arabic nations, you know what I mean? Them niggas don't have to mind prophecy. You know what I mean? They don't have to care about prophecy. Some rich, well-off Caucasian, he don't got to care about prophecy. But we're forced to because of the conditions we came up in, man.
Well, we're Israelites. For one, you got to be an Israelite. You got to be of the 12 tribes. We're not convinced we're Israelites because you people believe it or not. So you people have been indoctrinated by the serpent. Okay, this world. What you think this world is of the Most High? This is the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
You know, when you just get to talking and breaking down stuff, it's really common sense.
Yeah.
Everything is corrupt, so this can't be the kingdom of the Most High, right?
Right.
So who are these people? For one, you got to be an Israelite. Then you got to be chosen elect of the biblical bloodline of the Israelites. And that's why, you know, everybody gets mad once we bring out the tribe sign. According to Ezekiel 37, everybody in the world can be an Israelite except the actual people, right?
Right.
Well, that's prophecy said you people was going to be in this mindset, but it doesn't matter. And see, now you people are in the trick bag because the Most High has left this truth, given this truth, kept that inheritance, that covenant with his people. So, you know, hey, the whole world is pretty much came up against the Most High's people. The Negro, Latino, Native Americans, okay? As well as the Israelite foreigners, of course, that look like the other nations. Okay, but for the most part, hey, the Most High is not forgotten us. You know? Just bring that out. Back up what he was saying. Like, as many scriptures we can get, but let's bring this one out.
This is 1 Corinthians 1, starting at 27. But Yahweh had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Yeah, the Most High has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. You know, we up here looking like fools. You know, and these idiots proclaim themselves to be wise. Some of them got master's degrees. Some of them might be dentists. You know, but hey, the foolish thing, we don't need any accreditation from no goddamn indoctrination camps, these colleges, these schools. You know.
You'd rather be a fool for Yahweh Shai than a
we're
fucking
fools
court
for
just
you.
in Esau's court.
Exactly.
It says, and Yahweh had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yeah, the weak things. If it was Mike Tyson up here, John Jones, Anderson Silva, Jay-Z, and they was, you know, guess what? It'll be a line wrapped from down there to down there. You know, read that again, Salah.
It says that Yahweh had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yeah, the weak things of the world. This is considered weak. Oh, they just out there. They just disgruntled at life, so they're out there just
Get a job.
yeah.
You know that bullshit.
We don't feel that way. Okay,
Yeah.
but we come out here with the authority of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, that's how we feel towards the abominations we see out here. But hey, we're happy. All right, that we, Lord's willing, we have a chance. Continue.
In verse 28, it says, and the base things of the world and things which are despised had Yahweh chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Yeah, so the Most High is going to always choose the base, the lowly. Okay, the Lord is not about, okay, who has the most followers, okay, who's the prettiest in the room, who has the most friends, who's the most popular. Hey, if you're in that stead, you got a lot to worry about. More than likely, the Most High is not dealing with you. And that's the average mindset of these people. Oh, I know God is with me because I'm popular. Or everybody likes me. Okay? That means that you've made yourself an enemy towards the Most High because the majority of the people are wicked.
Yeah.
Most people don't agree with the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. You tell these women to put some clothes on, they gonna damn near get ready to flip out on you.
That's right.
Because they're anti-Messiah. You tell the average man, hey bro, you need to, you know, it's not right for you to talk to that man's woman like, you know, she's dealing with that man. You shouldn't be dealing with her. She already got a man. They'll look at you like you got 20 faces. But then they'll go and turn around and say, oh, you know, God loves America. You know, God loves America. Meanwhile, you could just look out and see a nigga smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. What kind of shit is that?
Are you crazy?
God's kingdom is full of niggas smoking cigarettes.
You know, so everybody's hypocrites, man.
Get the hell out
And
of
see,
here.
this is why they hate the light, because we're out here to shine the light on them. And then they're going to go home and go to church and say they're, you know, oh, we're God-fearing people. Hey, real soon, the Most High is going to address this stuff, man. And you're not going to be able to verbally give that lip service, man. You're going to have to be about it, or you're going to get destroyed out here, man. And it's a beautiful thing. That's why we come out here and condemn you people, because we sick of the hypocrisy, man. When these judgments come, it's going to be known who the Most High is dealing with. Forget talking about it. You know?
I got a quick precept. This is 1 Samuel 2:8. It says, He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. Oh yeah, but the point is like what the brother said, the weak things, all right, is what is confounding this world, right? And that makes sense, because the Lord wants to magnify his power in small numbers, all right? Just like the test of Gideon. Gideon started off with thousands of soldiers, then it got all the way narrowed down to just a couple hundred, and that's how they took over. You know, that's how they conquered the enemy. You see? That's how the Lord has always programmed when you read the scriptures. But the thing is these people, they don't read the scriptures. So they don't know the mind of the Most High. They think they do because they can go to Starbucks and go get they stupid ass a latte, right? Or they got a good job, right? So they think they know God according to their own understanding. But when you read the scriptures, you'll see how the Lord is always dealing with the underrated.
Right.
You know what I mean? The underdogs, the one nobody's looking for. Yahushua was somebody nobody was looking for. Yahushua was prophesying in his own city, and they still counted his words for nothing, not knowing that that's the Son of God. You see? So the Lord has always done that, okay, to magnify his power in small numbers and to show the rest of the world how carnal, how evil, and how abased you people's mentality is, because look at how you judge us. You don't even give us a chance. You just automatically judge us based on appearance, all right, and a couple cuss words. But you don't listen to the spirit, you don't listen to the truth.
It's like that spirit of Cain. They could just see that you're doing better. You're doing something better in the spirit, so they want to kill you. You know, and why is the Bible still the #1 selling book in the world? Throughout all the ages. Why? Because like Yahushua said, he said, let him that hath ears hear, and let him that hath eyes see. You know, there's only a remnant of people that's going to have the ability to tap into true power of what the scriptures are actually saying, the dark mysteries of the scriptures, and the rest of you are going to be blinded, as the scriptures say. Okay? It's just another book to you. All right? But little do you know that every prophecy in this book is going to jump off the pages as it has been. All right? Now you're left standing on the other side just to look, like the brother said. Now you're just looking at us with that evil spirit of Cain on you, because you've been taught by the precepts of men, after the traditions of men. And these same people that you trusted in are the same ones that's going to send you back to the spirit realm. Okay, your politicians, your government don't care nothing about you. Okay, they're done with America. The elite bankers are done with America as a country, and this is why you see things changing drastically. Okay?
I got something. Yeah, this is Isaiah 28:14. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, you scornful men that rule this people which are in Jerusalem. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. Right? And that's going into, you know, these false leaders in Israel, you know, that have sold out, you know, behind you know, this devil's you know, they made pretty much a covenant with death to hell, this devil in this world, man. It says, because ye have said, we made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through. So Most High is getting ready to judge this place, man. You're gonna have a lot of Israelites getting caught up in that, you know. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies a refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Yeah, that's what these people say. Oh, it's not gonna happen to me. Martial law, they would never do that to this country. You people are fucking sick, man. You know what I mean? Look how fast they rearranged the society with the COVID-19. I'm talking about in weeks. Society was already changed. In weeks, man. Okay? The next pandemic they gonna do, okay, it's only gonna take hours. All right? They're gonna shut shit down in hours, man. All right? One day. It ain't gonna be weeks like the Ovid. It's gonna be one day, and life is gonna change as we know it.
Martial law. When we speak about martial law is very much closer than what you people think.
Yeah.
Martial law is literally like you take another step, like the next step.
Yeah.
In the way martial law is set up, it's meant to be brought forth like a plague suddenly.
Yeah.
You know, like martial law is like when you call the police, you call 911 for something, they come swarm in your house. That's what martial law is going to be. And martial law is strictly set up to suspend all constitutional rights. And for the government, okay, the military to take over. But the difference is, when they militarize and they bring forth martial law, they're going to be using foreign entities, okay, for the use of exterminating you people. And these are some of the forewarnings the prophets were set up, because that the Most High has set them up. Where is that Habakkuk? Thou has established them for correction. The Most High is going to bring correction to the land, the soils of America, when these people are sent forth. Because right now, like the brother said, you can fan your hand. You can say, oh, that's never going to happen. We're going to keep being homosexuals. We're going to keep smoking. We're going to keep committing adultery.
Yeah.
We're going to keep being idol worshipers and money worshipers. Okay, but when you see these people out here, okay, and they putting your ass down into the pavement, okay, without any type of due process, okay, you getting carted up and sent to a detention center, okay, that's when all of the, all this wickedness you gonna want to consider. That's the spirit, the sirens,
Satan.
I got some.
All right, let's wait for this. Here we
Let me
go.
say one more thing because I forgot I was trying to. And see, with martial law, you're not gonna have sirens running up and down the street.
Yep.
If you dead, you just gonna be dead. In martial law, it's literally around the corner because all of the policies that you see these devils bringing forth, just like the time of CV19, like the brother said, there was mandatory lockdowns. Okay, that was all a beta test to see how many people, how much cattle would actually rebel. You people, you didn't rebel.
Yep.
Because that was a softcore martial law. They had a curfew.
Yep, they did.
See, these fucking idiots, they don't know what's going on.
Yep.
They had a curfew.
Yep.
Okay, they threatened you with your job. They said, if you don't take this thing, you won't be able to work. All of that was a beta test for what they're actually getting ready to pull off, and that's what? The MOTB system, which is digital currency, CBDCs, and social credit systems, surveillance system, more surveillance than there already is. And if you don't, they know that you people are going to rebel. So at this point, it's not a matter of when. Of how. It's a matter of when, or however you want to say it. And it could literally be next week, a month from now, just like the CV19. So martial law, these people, that'll never happen. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Martial law is the next step to the fulfillment of the global elitist new world order.
It's happening all over the over the world.
It's
man.
happening all over the world. This one world system. But these people think it's over with.
Yeah.
Oh, the CV19, it came and went already. No, that was only the beginning.
Yeah.
And back in 2020, I remember that the ambulance, say there was somebody who was already passed away in their bed, certain ambulance couldn't pick them up. They had to wait a couple weeks or a couple days up to a week, And it's gonna be the same way real soon. The ambulance, the police, the fire department, they're gonna have too many cases. They can't reach all you people at once.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Donald Trump, he's setting the stage for concentration camps. He just came out and said he's looking into pretty much detaining people, throwing them in camps without a trial, right? So ultimately, they're not even, pretty soon they want to make it to where they don't even give you a fair shot anymore. If they just suspect that you're doing something that's against the societal standards, well, the government will have free range to come lock you up and not give you an explanation.
And truly, that's going against his own constitution, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I mean? So they're tossing the Constitution right out the window, like a cup of coffee. They're just tossing it out of the window because the New World Order is going to come with a new Constitution.
Right.
You know what I mean? The New World Order is going to come with a new Constitution that is linked in to a digital grid. So that means they're going to have to change the entire rule book, man.
Hey,
all right?
All throughout the world, what these Americans don't know, all throughout the world, you got people from other countries, pretty much saying to you Americans, like, what's wrong with y'all? Like we thought you Americans would be the ones to try to put an end to what these global elites are doing. Like you're the last hope. Like stand up.
Yeah.
Like wake up out of sleep. But it's coming to find out that people from these other countries are saying you Americans are complete fucking zombies, man.
Yeah, just 2 weeks ago, Salakia, they had a message all over YouTube Shorts and like TikTok or whatever, a message to America, and they're just saying, talking about the global politics and America's on its way out, man, because of Donald Trump. They look at this place with shame and they're sad about the people, but really the prophets are set up here, so that's why they look at America and realize, hey, you're our last hope, and it's really us, the prophets, man.
But see, America's a queendom where women have the last word.
Yeah.
You got to ask yourself, what does a woman know? So you got all of these men that follow these women. A woman don't know nothing.
Yeah, she don't.
Ask yourself, what does a woman know besides taking all her clothes off?
And talk shit.
Yeah.
They don't know anything. So you got men that are, their last word they got to get from a woman. Hey, that's why a lot of you men are going to die out here.
Yeah. There's niggas on podcasts. Shit ain't valid. You ever notice some niggas be on podcasts and shit don't be valid until the woman says something?
Yeah.
Niggas be waiting on the woman that he say his little opinion and then he looking at her with them puppy dog eyes like, is that okay? Do you validate that?
These bitches done been more liberated than any other time in history, and what have they done substantially? But take their damn clothes off.
Ain't done shit.
And walked away from what nature has already designed for them.
They're not even.
Now they're so bugged out.
Yeah.
You'll be a fool to put a child in one of these idiots.
They're not even doing the hardcore labor jobs, man. That you need to keep a society functioning. Women are doing office jobs, OnlyFans. They doing these mediocre ass jobs, right? They're not even doing the heavy lifting jobs that you need to keep a society going. But niggas want to uphold these bitches like there's something great. She was only supposed to be a helpmeet, you nigga.
That's
Okay.
why the Lord said He's gonna choose men to be what He say? To make a man more precious than fine gold.
Yeah.
Hey, you women gonna learn the hard way that the men are the prize. Thus saith the Lord, not because we said it. Because when all hell break loose out here, there's gonna be certain men that's gonna be exempt from the judgment. All you people gonna have to come bow down to the men of the Lord.
That's right.
And what do you women have in this society?
Man. Remember I was talking to you about that last week. I was like, man, it's gonna be. I don't know where these elect women are. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. It's hard to see out here in America that there's actually gonna be some women that's gonna snap out of the goddamn enchantment, right, and become somebody that's worthy to be saved. Because all of these women are corrupted and they don't offer shit.
Well, the scriptures say that the majority of the women gonna get smoked.
Yeah.
See, this society wants to protect women, but the Most High ain't no favorite person. The Most High ain't looking at you women like, oh, they're women, leave them alone. That's why a lot of you women are being the ones that's judged out here. All of these murders going on is you women. Mm-hmm. Because all wickedness is little than the wickedness that cometh from a woman. And you have a complete society where now the men are worse than the women. The average man is worse than the woman. He gossips more than the woman. He's emotional more than the woman. Shit, the average man don't even want to rule nothing. He just wants to tuck his tail and go get some kind of validation from a woman, the weaker vessel. So what does that do to a society where you have a bunch of scoundrel, corrupt elites at the top, and then you need men, okay, to stand up for something? You don't have any men to stand up for nothing.
The only ones that are standing up are the men of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Exactly.
Right? Who will stand up for me against the evildoers? Those are the ones pushing the line, and they're getting ready to crack down on so-called dissidents. Which entails those that are speaking in any form of truth. All right, but their main focal point is the prophets. That's right. But they're getting ready to come down on Israel hard, man. It's gonna outdo what they did during the time of the Romans. It's gonna outdo what they did during the time of Antiochus. Which he actually outlawed it for us to even keep our customs and call ourselves the Jews.
Right, the scripture.
Oh yeah. You grab that.
Go. This is 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. And the Lord Yahweh of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place.
Right, that's the Lord has raised up his men, all right, like in the days of old, to do the same, you know, to prophesy to his people, right? Before he actually comes with the judgment, all right, the Lord has extended his hand in having his men, you know, warning what's to come.
Verse 16, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord Yahweh arose against his people till there was no remedy.
Right, and you see our people doing the same thing, you know, until, you know, everybody got some shit to say until the Lord is right there in their face with judgment, with the sword, with all these calamities that are coming, pestilence, right, these wars, because you're gonna have wars that are gonna happen here domestic, civil war, right? Isaiah 19:2. I kind of wanted to touch on that later, but you know, the Lord said he would raise up. I mean, he would stir the Egyptians against the Egyptians, modern day Americans. You know, and the people are already in uproar. You know, fucking displeased with the policies that this current administration are bringing forth. You know,
The average person can't afford rent. You know, the brother posted that they're coming out with the Liberty coin next month. Who knows if it's going to come to pass? But we know the digital system is about to get announced. So running to Bank of America, taking your money out ain't gonna save you. I took out $1,000. This will last my family a week or two. That's not gonna last you. It's not gonna last you. You're not gonna live by bread alone, but you can live by this word.
They think their money gonna save them. And little do you know, the way the so-called white man is gonna just snatch, you know, like the way we monetize, right? Paper money, that's very important to still have liquidity as far as paper money. They're getting ready to cancel that completely out. And it's gonna be strictly digital, which is already a digital system. You go to the bank, it's all digital.
Yep.
But what's gonna happen is your government is gonna bring forth all of these draconian laws that go with that. And now you're gonna be on a social credit system. And if you don't agree with what your government is telling you to do, they got full control.
Yep.
Oh, you don't wanna play ball? Okay, well, no funds. Or we're gonna take your funds. And this is why you got Elon Musk coming out. You got, what's that show, Black Mirror?
Yeah, Black Mirror, yep.
Right now they're romanticizing the whole ordeal of the brain chip,
yeah.
or the chip technology, because it's a snare to get you to buy into it so that you can get locked into this system that we're talking about. And for the rest of you that don't want to play ball, this is why we just brought out about martial law. Okay, you're gonna be put to death.
Yep.
I know that's hard to believe, but this is why the Most High has crazy looking men out here to warn you, screaming in the middle of your streets for you to take heed. Again, but the joke is gonna be on you, because that's the way it's set up. We're set up to look insignificant.
So this is what the brother I sent.
Come.
But yeah, they're getting ready to come with that.
But what does it say? It says Trump's first shot at financial revolution as U.S. officially bids farewell to dollar E.
To the dollar.
Yeah, to the dollar, man.
Yes.
They making moves, man. They getting. That's why you think he got Elon Musk and all of these niggas, and you know, these niggas that are heavily involved in technology, right? That wasn't by mistake. Okay, they're gonna assist transforming this world into the digital world, the realm of Satan, full blown, where everybody will be a perpetual slave. Okay, and you won't even be able to think for yourself, man. Imagine that. You know, see, right now people are walking around. You get, okay, I want to go watch a movie. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. But when you get that technology in you, okay, Satan will just be able to be like, nope, you're going here today. Nope, you're doing this today. Nope, you can't think like that. We're going to program this inside of you. We're programming these numbers. We're programming this language inside of you. You know?
Bobby Deshaun, can somebody get that scripture? I know it's a second Ezra. It should hold you idle unto things. And then and then Revelation 13. Let's go over that real quick. I'm about to dip out of something, okay? And I'm gonna read this real quick. It's 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for an amendment.
Right.
Okay, these judgments are going to be sent as a scourge to amend the Most High's wrath, his anger. Okay, that he has with you people. Because you might think that you're God-fearing people, but it's self-proclaimed righteousness. It's not the righteousness prescribed in the scriptures. Because if the righteousness was being upheld in the scriptures, you wouldn't have adultery going on. You wouldn't have what do you call that? Like when people share their relationships.
Swinging,
you wouldn't
open
have
relationship shit.
people on drugs.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have people smoking cigarettes. You wouldn't have people eating abomination, eating pork and shrimp and crab and lobster. You know. Okay.
This is 2 Ezra 16, and I'm going to start at verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you.
Wait, read that again one more time.
Come
on, man.
2 Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
Yeah, the burning wrath. Oh, you were going to say something?
I was going to say that burning wrath is the so-called white man.
Yeah.
Not just any so-called white man. I'm talking about the elite, okay? The trillionaire families that actually are lobbying, you know, all of your politicians that you believe is working in your favor.
Hey, my man. Hey.
The small hats.
That's Lecrae. He a rapper.
Oh, you know?
You know, yeah, Lecrae. You ever heard of him?
You look familiar.
Yeah, the rapper. Yeah, Lecrae. Yeah, that's a Christian rapper.
Oh, well,
Yeah, Christian gospel.
He trying to block it out.
Yeah,
Get your punk ass.
He had to hurry up. He hurried the hell up because he didn't leave it.
Yeah.
I knew he looked familiar. I was looking at his face.
Yeah.
He used to hear this truth, this sword, man.
All right, like we've been telling you, the Bible says that the so-called white man is the Edomites. Okay, the wicked nation of people that was created to do the bidding of Satan, man, here on the earth. Okay, and they're about to, that's that burning wrath, that multitude, that burning, that's kindled over you.
Yeah.
Okay, they got all kind of black, I'm looking for the word, black site, I'm gonna use the word black site militias, militaries, sleeper cells, that are gonna come out and do the biddings of Satan and put you people to death.
And they itching to come out.
Yeah.
They had a complex in Colorado that got took over. What you think that was about, man? You think it's just Colorado? They all around. They itching for the order. Is we got to do it today? What time? They ready to go.
Because they're gonna force you people into this new world order. Because America, for a minute, it's been the land of the home, the home of the free and the brave, so called. Well, the part of the Great Reset is for them to totally dismantle this system and the liberties that you think you have. If you don't believe me, they've already been working on freedom of speech. You can't even get on Instagram and say what you want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking so much just to point out the obvious, because these people, you know, they can't connect the dots.
I just want to grab the definition of a sleeper cell because these people might not know.
Oh yeah.
It says, what is a sleeper cell? A sleeper cell is a group of individuals often associated with espionage or terrorism who live seemingly ordinary lives within a community while remaining in a dormant state until activated for a specific mission.
Notice you said terrorism.
Right.
All right? The propaganda machine has been training you people for decades to believe that there's homegrown terrorists. Mm-hmm. There's domestic terrorism, the boogeyman. Okay? And with that, they're going to use that, okay, and all kind of false flags to bring forth martial law.
That's right.
That's what the elite really want to bring forth, to push this, what we're talking about, this MOTB, and we're going to get to that. Can you get back to that?
This is back in 2 Ezra 16 to 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consider to them shall be had a derision and a reproach and trodden underfoot.
Yeah, they're gonna take you once this thing jumps off. If you don't want to play ball, they're gonna lock you up in these FEMA camps and these detention centers. They have over 800 all throughout America, more than that really, that are readily available. Trump been out here talking about sending Americans to foreign prisons.
El Salvador.
El Salvador, and believe me, it's deeper than that. Okay, that's why, you know, over here in California, if you do a crime, you get right out. When you go to the county, you know, they let you, I'm talking about, you might get out the same day. Because really, they're gonna let these criminals out, and they're gonna house you unruly people that don't want to bow down to their new world order. You know? So you're gonna be locked up and served, can you read that part?
Yeah. And it says, 2nd Ezra 16-68, it says, take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered to idols.
Yeah, you're gonna be very idle because you're gonna be locked up in the cell.
Yep.
You're not gonna be able to do nothing. And they're gonna feed you with things offered in the idols. They're gonna give you that chip.
Yep.
They're gonna force you to take that chip, just like a lot of them prisoners, they got forced to take that. I know one person, they got forced to take that, and they still fucked up from that. Whole left side of their body went numb.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, what they're gonna do is when you get up in them places, they're gonna break your mind down. You see, that's why you need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because Esau, I mean, they show you on the first 48, they bring a nigga in one of them cold ass rooms, you know what I'm saying? Pressure them, you know what I mean? Flinch at them with different threats, right? And then they kind of draw back, they, you know, and oh yeah, we can do this if you just submit. They're gonna be breaking people's mind down up in there, man. And if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you're gonna fall for that hypnosis, man. Because what they're gonna offer normalcy, right? Look, man, look, just give it, you know, take the chip, man. All right, and you go back out, you leave this prison today, man. I promise, that's my word, man. We'll put you on the first bus out of here, right? And then, you know, even if you resist, you might resist a couple times. Well, then they got torture methods then. Okay, well, we're gonna have to torture you so you that way you get it right. You see? But this is why, this is why you need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because some of us is gonna be locked in there with these people that get snatched up. All right? And you're gonna be up in there, if you got the spirit of the Lord, you're gonna be up in there calm, you're gonna be up in there with a good peace of mind, and then you're gonna see everybody else in them little FEMA camps, they're gonna be boo-hooing and crying and ready to take their own life by suicide. And then it's gonna be known and it's gonna be evident, oh yeah, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is dealing with me and not with them.
But
you
the
know?
Lord is cornering you people. So what you gonna do? Because we already know, according to prophecy, the masses of the people are gonna go ahead and take the chip. You know, so as in the days of the Noah, you know, people are, you know, having children. People are, you know, they figure, you know, things will get better. Well, according to prophecy, you take that chip, you're gonna be caught up in them ICBM nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
So now the Most High is cornering all you people. So a lot of you gonna go ahead, you're gonna feel threatened, you're gonna take the chip just like you took that, right? And then you're just gonna meet your fate. It's no way out. So all of these people running around, oh God, this. See, under Jesus Christ and Christianity, you could get away with all your wickedness. But the Most High is not dealing with Christianity. Okay, Christianity don't come from the scriptures. You're not gonna find Christianity in the Bible. You're not gonna find Jesus Christ. That's a fictional character.
Yep.
And people don't even stop to ask themselves, who is this white man with this long hair? Who the fuck is this?
Yep.
I'll tell you who it is. That's what's his name again?
Cesare
Borgia.
Yeah, that's him.
That's an actual homosexual that lived during the Byzantine Empire that they set up there and drew as the face of the true image of the Lord, which was a so-called Negro man, a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Yahweh. Does that sound anything like Greek? Jesus Christ Christos? That also goes back to Serapis Christos.
Yeah.
So that's why we're able to bring out the hard, raw truth, okay, which is actually effective. Can we just get that Revelation 13 on the dip?
Yeah, this is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
The image of the beast is speaking. Okay, you people believe in this place, you know, so you resemble this place.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So it's covering everybody.
Yeah,
You get these people.
My bad. Well, yeah, every status within society.
You get these, people. Some people they walk by, they make a mockery, they laugh. You get other people that don't even believe or they're crazy. Okay, this is gonna cover everybody. Nobody's gonna get away from this. Can you read that one more time?
Yeah. It says, Revelation 13 and 16, and he caused it all, both small and great,
Small and great,
rich and poor,
rich and poor,
free and bond,
free and bond.
to, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
And what is that word mark when you exhausted?
I got it right here.
Karax or karagma,
Right.
which is something inserted underneath the skin. So how you get around that? Was there any more?
I got the word for caused it. Caused it in Greek. What it says he caused it all.
Okay.
Yeah, that word for caused it in Greek, he said that he caused it all, to receive this mark. It's a poeo, which says to be the authors of the cause, to make ready, to prepare. And that's why, earlier we brought out that screenshot of that video, Trump basically doing away with the dollar.
And aren't they talking about building a technocracy
Right.
with AI, an AI system grid, brain chip technology? You see, so we're right here. That's why we started off the lesson. Because that chip, just like your phone, right, is tethered. Your whole life is tethered around, the chip that's in this phone. Your email, Hey, so the joke is on you people, man. So the next move is what? To insert the chip in you. And hey, they've been coming out saying that.
Yep.
Okay? For all of you unholy dogs out there, the joke really is going to come back to bite you. And the Lord is getting ready to corner you, because whether you take it or not, you're going to die if you're not of the elect. And some of you are just going to die in your ignorance.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
And that no man might buy or sell lest you have the mark, just like they did with the CV19. Or if you don't take this, you can't go to work. You can't. Again, that was a beta test.
Yeah.
So that's how they're going to get you fools out here, man. They're going to say you can't eat, you can't work unless you take this. And then on the flip side, the Most High got you cornered, because he said if you take this, I'm going to put you to death. I'm going to shoot a nuclear missile on your stupid ass.
That's right.
This is going to be the real deal.
See, and that's why, here it is. The rainbow was supposed to be a signet of how the Most High would not destroy the earth by water anymore. But now you got the LGBTQRZ community using it as a mockery of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Which that's a fulfillment of prophecy, because the Most High is going to cleanse the land by fire this time. And that's going to be that third world's woe. So, hey, it's a beautiful thing, that we could take part in coming out here and condemning you with this word. Because everything is lined up. All the prophecies are literally here, lined up. So keep scoffing, keep laughing, keep talking shit. Because you're going to bring that condemnation on your whole family. Your children. The Most High is not partial. He don't give a fuck about your job or your children. Or how cute your daughter is.
Yeah.
The Most High going to put everything down that's not his, man.
That's right.
That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah.
I got a quick precept real quick. This is book of Daniel 7 and verse 8. It says, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, and that little horn represents America, right? It says, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. Behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. You see, the New World Order proposal from these elite bankers. Hey, Shalom, Yabashima Shabakata, Shalom. The proposal from these elite bankers, okay, they're speaking great things and swelling words against the Most High. All right, the fact that they want to merge man with technology, okay, they know that that's not in the Bible. They you know what I mean, and they know that that's against the scriptures. You see, but Esau, he gonna try it anyways because he's the devil. All right, he can't help himself. So the world we're entering into is the world where Esau is going to try to assume full control over all the people on the planet Earth. You see? because this has been his plan ever since he came into power. All right? Esau, as soon as he came into power, what was the first thing he did? He came over to the Americas and he took over the Native Americans, man. Took over Gad, Reuben, and the Spanish-speaking tribes right away. He didn't waste no time. You see, he could have stayed where he was at, and he could have created his own civilization where he was at, out there in Europe. You know what I'm saying? He could have created his own civilization, and he could have been content, you know, and he could have left the rest of the world alone. But that's not who the devil is. The devil, he has to try to take over everything, man. Okay, and he's gonna try it with the mark of the beast technology. All right.
It's part of that.
Speak up.
Cause it, that, got in the Greek poel to cause and make, to make ready. Everything in the society is getting geared toward this MOTB system.
That's right.
The digital payment system. Social credit system. How the rise of the technocrats, right? Musk and Trump's whole administration coming with these policies and legislation, and they're getting ready to infringe on all these people's rights. And dealing with the MOTB, that's going to be offered as the solution. But those that take it, they're not going to return to normalcy, so to speak. Trump's campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." People that take the chip, you have the Internet of Things, the Internet of Bodies, okay, which everything is tied to this grid. Everything is in communication, like all these devices and shit. And you have the Internet of Bodies putting that technology inside of you to where they can surveil you now and watch you in real time, everything that you're doing. So people are those that accept this chip, they're not gonna, return to normalcy as they think. They're gonna be relegated into these smart cities, and everything they interact with is a fucking prison, man. Like, it's gonna surveil them. Shit, people, think anything against Ian, what he's doing, he's gonna deduct from the social credit, take from the UBI, whatever the case may be.
These people are going to take it to return, like this brother said, to a sense of normalcy. And that lesson that Apostle Gabar did, talking about life in the 90s, you see how it was peaceful, how everything looked so blissful. People are chasing that. And you can't get that unless you go through Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's going to be better than that, though. But people are chasing peace. They're chasing freedom. They want to be able to pay their bills. They want to be able to go over to the bar and get that chip. It's going to provide that for them, but only for a temporary amount of time, maybe a couple months. Because the Lord ain't going to have us out here just finished in like 2 years, living up. The Lord ain't going to have us out here like that 3 years, and in 2028 we walking around with canes and we finally, It's going to be a season, just a period of time. We got to go through it. But I got this. This is Isaiah 14, starting at 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. And that's what this devil did with his space, with his space force and all that. They had that mission. Apollo 13, claiming that they went to the moon, but they can't go past the firmament, or they'll get burned the hell up. They saying that they went to the moon. They put a flag on there. Come on now, watch the movie Apollo 13. Don't it look real? Don't it look like they really landed on the moon? So they set all that shit up there because they want to be like the Most High. They want to watch everybody. They want to watch everything, and you taking that chip is going to give that devil exactly what he wants. Look at all the things that he's going through to try to be the Most High. The Most High is doing it like the snap of a finger. The Most High runs the show. It says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. And we're in North America. We're in North America. Let's talk about Babylon, because the devil's ruling over us right now. And he wants full control. In verse 14 it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So this devil got in his head, I got the Space Force. I got a satellite system. I'm like Yahweh Hashem Yahushua now, but you're not. Because if you were, what day is the Lord coming back? They're going to start scratching their head. Well, y'all ain't the Most High. If y'all was on that level, y'all know the exact day and time. Nobody knows that but Yahweh himself. The scriptures tell us that. They're gonna be willing to go through any leap so they can be like the Most High. Their grandfathers wanted to see this. Evelyn Rothschild, Queen Elizabeth, they wanted to see this, but they passed away, so they got to move quick. Hence that they talk about bringing in a digital currency, and that's what. And Abarat is all they do, because once they make that announcement, I'm ready to eat and have some drinks, and I know we're going to be out of here soon. I'm gonna be in the best mood I ever been in. Especially when they make it mandatory, the clock is gonna be ticking. Once they make it mandatory, the Lord will be here, what, 6 months? You know what I mean? It's not gonna be that long. That's why the scripture said the Lord's going, when he's eating, the Lord's gonna rain on him. Because when you're eating, you're in the middle of your meal. The Lord's gonna catch him when he's in the middle to set up his new world order system.
I got some. So Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath.
Yeah, the devil, man. Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man. All right. I mean, you can obviously see that. You know, that KKK, Ku Klux Klan spirit is jumping right back in Esau, man. All right, you had the mayor of Lancaster that just recently said, the way we can get rid of the homeless people in the city is we just give them fentanyl. We could kill them with fentanyl. This is the mayor of the city that said that, and he was an Edomite. So yeah, these Edomites, it ain't just the global elites that's starting to, you know, get that fierce mentality. Okay, it's the average Edomites, man. The average Edomites are starting to band together. Okay, and they're starting to develop that hatred that they've always had for Jake. It's just that it's been laying dormant, okay, because these devils have been playing it smart. All of these Caucasians out here, okay, they've just been laying low, playing it smart. They come from a generation of slave masters and demons, man.
They hate us.
They hate us. So you think that that's gonna change? I did the math this week. I was like, you know what? This devil has had us in slavery well over 100 years. Okay. All right. Even the captivity before this, the Roman captivity, the captivity before that. You know what I mean? These devils have had their way with us for hundreds of years, man. You think, and what Jim Crow ended what in the 60s, right? So that's only about it's only been about 60 years where the devil has kind of been cool. So you talking about hundreds of years of the devil just slaughtering Jake by the millions, and then for the past 60 years he cool and he ain't the devil no more, when his whole track record of his whole existence has been to massacre you tribes, man. Come on, man. You know, get the fuck out of here, man. These devils, man, these Caucasians, they still got that same hatred in them, man. All right? It's just that they've been inducted into LGBT propaganda. So now they believe everything is equal. Everybody is the same. It doesn't matter about the color. You know? They believe that nonsense. But pretty soon, they're going to break out of that shit too. Okay? Pretty soon, these devils, they're going to break out of that as well. And they're going to say, man, fuck that equal shit, man. Okay? We got to stand with our own people.
Right, and I was watching a video a couple weeks ago, and it's this Edomite talking about in every major city, they got a gang of Edomites where they don't have a gym membership. They go to somebody's house and they do military training, and they shoot guns and they prepare for basically they prepare for civil war, man. And they going after who? You tribes,
Yeah.
you know, because they still hate you guys, man. And they're a part of the KKK. They're just like a sister or a little brother branch, you know.
Yeah,
but it's the same group.
Well, Donald Trump, this whole undocumented immigrant situation, okay, that's going to be the perfect excuse for these Edomites to go buck wild again, man. All right? We got to get the immigrants out of here. Donald Trump got a lot of these people stuck on that shit. Oh, you got to get the immigrants up out of here. The immigrants are tearing down the country. As if it hasn't been the devil himself destroying this country single-handedly. But the immigrants, we got to get the immigrants out of here. So then you got these, like the brother said, like these militias that are training, okay? The only thing they got in mind is you rebellious Israelites that are going to fight back. They're not thinking about killing their own people. They thinking about killing you rebellious Negro, Latino, and Native Americans that are going to fight back, right? Because we know when society shuts down, right, and you got Jake in the ghettos, okay, what is Jake in the ghettos going to do? He's going to migrate to where Esau is. He's going to migrate to where the heathens are at, the big houses, the luxury, and Jake is going to try to go over there and go hijack the shit, man. That's who they preparing for.
And you know, like the IUCPK, they do that shit. They train for military war and stuff like that. Like if they gonna fight against Esau.
Yeah.
You know? So you IUCPK cats gotta take heed, man. that this ain't a carnal thing. It's very spiritual. You know.
Yeah, well, you know, ISUPK, they're not looking forward to spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? ISU and all these other groups, they're not looking forward to spiritual power. If they were looking forward to spiritual power, they wouldn't be out there somewhere in a park, okay, doing what they call military exercises. It ain't no fucking military exercises. You niggas is just doing jumping jacks and push-ups. And nigga bring out some fucking mitts. And you do a 1, 2, 3 combo on it. And they try to make it seem like they doing some military exercises. They ready for Esau. Esau's gonna mow you niggas down, man. Okay?
And I got a precept on Esau, you know. This is Jeremiah chapter 13 and verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Or the leper his spots?
On the first note, that's speaking of our people, okay? Because you read that chapter, it goes into how the Lord scattered our people, brought us into captivity for our transgressions and worshiping idols. Got it?
Then may ye also do good, that ye are accustomed to do evil.
But now, when we apply this to Esau, okay, we understand that Esau was created to be the wicked, you know? So he was programmed to do wickedness in the earth, you know? And you see, our people shouldn't be ignorant to this, all right, at this point, because it's like, our people have no excuse, you know? Okay, like Esau, he took the book of the Maccabees, you know, he took the Apocrypha out of the original 1611 KJV, which went into that whole history, the dirt that he was doing to our people, even preceding the Romans, you know? But he's getting ready to do a lot worse.
Read on.
Well, that was it.
Is that you done on that Revelation?
There's still a little more.
Yeah, just read it from the top again, one more time.
Yeah, this is Revelation 13 and 15.
No, 12 and 12.
Oh, 12 and 12.
Yeah, that's where you ended off at.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Yeah, and real quick, and the reason why it says rejoice ye heavens, why is the heavens rejoicing? Because this is the end. You see? The elect are finally going to be able to rule with Yahushai. So the angels are up there, all right, clapping us on, because we're getting ready to go through the final test to prove our faith. You see? So that's why it says rejoice ye heavens. This is the time for those in the heavens to rejoice, because the kingdom of heaven is getting ready to be established.
That's right.
You see? Go ahead.
And ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath.
Yeah, great wrath, man. All right, the U.S. government is formulating great wrath, man. Okay, Donald Trump, he's looking like it's no mercy at this point. All right, you got right now you got American citizens that are starting to get grabbed up. You see, I told you. All right, I told you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, they was going to use that undocumented immigrant shit just as an excuse to just grab whoever. You see, because now they can say anybody's an undocumented immigrant. Anybody. Oh, well, we looked into your file. Actually, nigga, you were born in Germany. What? You know what I mean? Oh, well, we're going to have to come pick you up. And then they're going to, it might not even be they might just drop the immigrants narrative and then they'll just say anything. Oh, yeah, we checked the Instagram, man. We seen you posted a post about the economy failing. You're a threat to society. All right, we're gonna, you have this amount of time to comply. All right, or we're gonna come snatch you out of your house. You see, that's great wrath from the devil, man. Okay, go ahead.
For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Yeah, Esau, he sees the angels, man. All right, the men of the Lord have risen up, and the angels are popping up on them. Okay?
And everybody talks about the angels now. Even at my work yesterday, my supervisor was going on and on about the aliens, talking about there's life outside of Earth. She's saying, oh yeah, these aliens from other worlds, they can't interfere because we're not polluting the whole universe yet.
Oh, shut up.
But she's talking about that the aliens know that us humans are polluting the whole world, man. But really, it's Esau and who's really polluting the whole world.
Yeah,
you know?
it's really him. Yeah, they coming to spy on him. Somebody get that the you know what I'm talking, the curse enter into the house of the thief. All right, you know what I mean, because that's what the so-called UFOs are, man. All right, they're the angels of the Most High, obviously. All right, and when you look at it from a logical point of view, and you wipe that fucking crust from your eyes, okay, you can see that the spirit will tell you that the UFOs are the angels of the Lord. What other technology can come from heaven and manipulate gravity the way that those so-called UFOs do? That's something Esau can't even explain. Okay? That's a higher power. That obviously belongs to a divine source. For the UFOs to come here and do the fascinating things that they do, all right, it got to be the Lord, man. Okay? It got to be the Lord. So the angels are here scoping this place out, all right? And Esau, he sees that, and he's scared, all right? That's why he keep mentioning it. That's like his guilty conscience, like, yeah, well, we seen the UFOs today, and and yeah, this is what's going on with them. That's his guilty conscience, because really he's scared as shit, all right? Because he knows that it's the end. He like, damn, if they showing up right now, and the men of the Lord have risen up, damn, it's the end. So we might as well just go balls out with the New Order and just say, fuck it, let's just try it. Because he saw this nigga, he want to at least, in slavery, Esau want to at least say, hey, well, I went out with a bang. But that's all you're going to be able to say, nigga. All you're going to be able to say in slavery is, hey, remember that time before I went in slavery and I put chips in people? And that nigga going to be in a fucking pit reminiscing about the good old days when he had a tuxedo and he convinced the world to merge themselves with technology, man. You got it, go ahead.
I'm gonna be mean. I might not even let my slaves talk. Edomites, y'all ain't even allowed to talk because it's just you can't trust them. You can't trust these devils. And I was gonna say something. I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something.
Well, the scriptures say, rejoice and be glad, oh Edom.
Daughter Edom, yeah.
Because this is his last fucking stretch of his rulership. After this, he's gonna have to drink of that cup. He's gonna have to go into slavery.
Yeah.
Be destroyed after a hard 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, man.
And nigga, you've been running from that cup for a long time, nigga.
Vagabond.
You know what I mean? You even got these devils that's sitting there trying to do some altered carbon shit to where they freeze their body.
Yeah.
And then a nigga like what's that nigga, John D. Rockefeller? He come back 200 years later.
Queen Elizabeth.
You know, Queen Elizabeth come back, you know, in a goddamn new body, a 22-year-old whore again. You know what I'm saying? These devils, they trying to run away from that cup, man. You know what I mean? They don't want to go into the next phase. They don't want the kingdom of heaven, man, because they know it ain't good for them. They know all the shit that they've done. Well, the scriptures say that. Hide us from the wrath of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Because they know when the Lamb come back, he ain't going to be happy with them, man. All right? For everything that they've done. Y'all got it? Real quick, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, and verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth the face of the whole earth.
Let me get on this side.
For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side.
Read that one more time.
Come. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, and verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth the whole face of the earth.
Yeah, the curse that goeth forth the whole face of the earth. All right, because the so-called UFOs, all right, they represent salvation to us. Oh, damn, my bad. God, damn, hold up. Damn, I didn't, Salakia, brothers, I didn't turn it. I was trying to see. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Which way? Nah, because it's already, see?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'll just stay on this side. I'll stay on this side. Yeah, my bad. Say it again, bro. One more time.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, and verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Yeah, the so-called UFOs are a curse to America, man. All right? And when Yahushua come back, that's how he's coming back. Somebody get that where it says he gonna come back with the clouds. You see? All right? Because when Yahushua come back, he gonna come back with a holy host of angels. All right?
Legion.
Well, it was a armada. That's the word I'm looking for. An armada of angels. All right? Which are gonna be they're gonna be operating them so-called UFOs, man. All right, and they're gonna get busy out here in America. They're gonna be shooting down. They're gonna be shooting down buildings. All right, you know they're gonna be causing a lot of destruction in America, man. All right, so the UFOs, when you people see UFOs, all right, if you're not right in the spirit, just understand that that's your judgment, man. That's the curse that go up before the earth, man. Go ahead, read it again. Go ahead, read. Keep going.
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
Yeah, the Lord is making a clear separation and division. You see? So that's what the angels are showing up for. All right? That's what the so-called UFOs are showing up to earth for. All right? It's not to some bullshit theory, because you got a lot of people that got all sorts of different theories about the UFOs and what they're here for and all of this madness. No, they're here to spy out the land of the wicked, man, and to offer salvation to the elect. Okay, that's what they're here for. All right, and the UFOs are documenting everybody who ain't right. Okay, everybody who stealeth and sweareth and commit abomination, you're being marked. In fact, us holding this camp right here, you better believe there are UFOs in the sky, the so-called UFOs, the chariots of the Lord in the sky right now watching over us, man. All right? Paying attention to everybody who's walking by, scoffing in their mind. You're being marked, nigga. Okay? You're being marked. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Amos 9:8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom.
Yeah, the sinful kingdom, man. America is a sinful kingdom. Only in America is homosexuality the cool thing. You know what I mean? Everywhere around the earth, that lifestyle is despised, man. Okay? Because it doesn't breed anything. It breeds filth and confusion. You see? And disease. All right? So yeah, this is the sinful kingdom, man. This is why a lot of motherfuckers in other countries, why do they want to come over here? They want to leave their country and come over here. Because in their country, they got a lot of rules. A woman can't be out at a certain time at night. Men got to be men. You got to learn a trade. You got to be this. You got to be that. So motherfuckers from other countries come to America so they can be free willy. So they don't have to operate. They don't have to operate in under any real moral code. They could just be all out freaks and goblins, man. You see, that's why niggas want to come to America.
And week in and week out, they walk among us every day. Every day, these freaks and these zombies and goblins walk by. You know,
Spiritual sodomy in Egypt. You know, that fucking sodomy is pushed heavy here.
Yeah.
You gotta take 12 pills to be a faggot.
Yeah. What the
Is a
fuck?
light bulb not going on? You gotta take 12 pills to get it on with a man, but you can get it on with a woman. It's natural.
Natural.
Even though they're defiled here, but it's natural. I don't gotta take 10 pills to meet a girl at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But you meet the man on Grindr, you gotta take 15 pills. You take
Yeah.
the Cinemax, the whatever, and then they got all kind of side effects.
You got to have a close relationship with your doctor,
Yeah.
because you're gonna be constantly seeing them.
Well, you got your rectum and shit.
You know what I mean? You're gonna constantly be in contact with your doctor. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Come on now. This is the sinful land, man, that the Lord is keeping his eye on for destruction purposes. Go ahead. Go back to that Amos which you was reading.
I'm gonna read it from the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amos 9:8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the simple kingdom, which firstly dealt with the nation of Israel. But you can apply this to America, because this place is heavy laden with sin, man. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Yeah, the Lord said he's gonna destroy this place off the face of the earth. All right, that's what the angels are coming to do. They're coming to help assist the destruction of America. All right, they're coming to help assist the destruction of America, man. All right, go ahead.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord.
Yeah, the elect is going to be saved out of it, man. Okay, the elect is going to be the only ones that's going to make it out of this God-forsaken land.
And through the elect, the whole nation of Israel will be saved.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody will be reborn, and that makes a lot of sense. It's better that way, because the undesirables of our nation that don't want to get it right on this side, well, they'll have a chance in the kingdom of heaven, and they'll be raised the right way. See, right now our people, they're willingly ignorant, but also they've been enchanted by the devil. That's why they're willingly ignorant. All they know is to be willingly ignorant, because that's what they grew up on, willing ignorance. You see? But in the kingdom of heaven, all right, not only they'll have the laws, statutes, and commandments programmed inside of them, man. Okay? And they'll learn righteousness. And only righteousness, man. All right? And they'll have a care for the planet as a whole. It won't be no more YNs. You will never see a bitch like Sexy Red ever again. Thank the Lord. Okay? Thank the Lord, there will be no more Glorilla bitches.
And you won't have no fucking cigarettes in nobody's mouth.
Yeah, you won't have no bullshit niggas with dreads. You'll never see that shit again, man. That's the best outcome. All right? That's when the trees grow big. That's when the water is clean. That's when the animals are in harmony. When the Israelites are connected with their power, man. Hallelujah. Go ahead.
There won't be no more fucking these damn butchers walking around.
Yeah.
No grown men on estrogen pills and shit, bro, titties and shit.
Yeah, what kind of punk ass shit is that? Nigga on estrogen pills. This nigga actively trying to turn himself into a woman. Hell nah, man.
And if you flip the camera over there, you got a guy in a dress and blonde hair.
Oh man. Yeah, see? This is the sinful kingdom, man.
You gotta get burned up.
Yeah,
The heathens are not gonna be like that in the kingdom, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we won't allow it. You see? Go ahead.
I had something else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 22:19. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because ye are all become dross. You know, dross is the impurities in a metal.
The
Before you
undesirable.
smelt it to make it pure, right? You put it under that fire and you remove the dross, the unwanted material. It says, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore, I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it. So will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the nuclear missiles. You see? The nuclear missiles is going to be the finishing product. That's going to be the finishing touch on America, okay? And the dross will be burnt up, all right? Because the undesirables of our nation, the 2/3, they're not going to get it on this side, all right? There's no point in trying to convince them, all right? We don't even want to talk to you niggas no more, all right? We're just out here prophesying the last few seconds. That's all we doing is just getting extra credit with the Lord. We ain't concerned with talking to you niggas no more, man. All right, because we already understand 2/3 of you are destined to be wiped out. Okay? So if you want to be an American, you want to continue to listen to American politics, and you got a hope that this place is going to continue, the land of your enemies, all right? Well, the tables is going to turn on you, all right? And you're going to make a grave decision. You're going to get integrated into the cyborg way of life, and you're going to be destroyed with nuclear missiles, man. All right?
You're going to become the fucking boy from Star Trek and shit. Niggas got cybernetic parts in
Yeah.
their head and arms and shit.
Yeah, at that point, you got to burn a nigga up like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know, you talking to this nigga, you know, half this nigga face is a goddamn, is Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator?
I watched this show. It's called Solo Leveling, and in Solo Leveling, the main character, he goes into certain like missions, and it's like his life is like a game. And in the game, as he asks a demon, where do you come from? The demon bugged out. It's like, duh, 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 you know, and it's the same way with you people. You know, y'all gonna have that chip in you, and you won't even be able to communicate correctly. You know,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
certain things you won't be able to share
Yep.
to those you say who don't have the chips.
Well, you won't even. You're not going to be a human being anymore. All right. Once the U.S. government convinces you people to put technology inside of you, you're not a human being anymore. All right. You're not going to be a human being. All right. You're something else. Okay. You're some type of lab-grown thing now that just needs to be put down. You're an abomination. Ultimately, man. All right. You know. This. Yeah. Go ahead.
And you're the property of Esau Edom. You know, in the ancient world, we would mark our cattle.
Right.
You know, that's what this devil's going to do. He's going to mark his cattle and have full control of it. I want him to go to Burger King today. He's going to push a button. You go over there. I want him to call off work. You called off work. He owes me $1,000 in tickets. They're going to take $1,000 out of your account. That's why the scripture said that you guys are going to be had derision because they're going to make mockery of you guys for falling for it so easy. Because you guys are chasing that peaceful life. I'm pretty sure that when they have these chip stations, they're going to have sweet shit written. Go back to your old life. Be able to pay your rent. Be able to go to work. They're going to have all the good benefits of it. But they don't tell you the negatives of it. We can tell you in Revelation 14, it tells you what's going to happen if you take it. You will get burned up. And we will get to see y'all from a bird's eye view.
And that's the great miracles that Esau's going to put out, you know. He's going to put out them great miracles. You can walk again. Your dick can get hard again,
Yeah.
you know. And a lot of you symbols are just going to take it, you know.
Yep. Yep. I got a quick precept. This is Jeremiah 9:3. It says, and they bend their tongues like Salakia. It says, and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord. You see, you people are not valiant for the truth. Okay, you're not standing up for righteousness. You looking at us crazy, but we actually care about our family and our legacy up here, man. You people don't. Okay, you think that getting a high-paying job and you know, establishing yourself in America and getting a career, you think that that's saving something. You think that you're doing something good for the community. When really you ain't doing nothing but, well, first and foremost, you're a fucking idiot. Okay? You're a fucking idiot that's getting ready to be destroyed. All right? And you ain't doing shit but solidifying your own death, man. Solidifying your death and your family member's death. Okay? Because you don't know the Lord. And you ain't standing up for righteousness, man. All right? And at this point, a lot of you people have become a host. You've become hosts for the demon. All right? You can't even tell what's right and what's wrong anymore, man. That's how bad it's gotten. All right? You didn't let these niggas convince you. You didn't let these devils convince you that you gotta usury is good. The devil take money out your fucking paycheck and it's all good. Or that's what's supposed to happen. I gotta pay my taxes.
Gotta raise.
That's what I have to do. I gotta send my daughter to college. So, you know what I mean? And your daughter come back and she got the spirit of a goddamn stripper. And you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? This ain't my daughter no more. Okay? And you people, and not only do you do that, you send all three of your daughters to college. The first daughter comes back as a whore. You don't learn from that. Okay, well, okay, whatever. And then you send your next daughter. She go out there. She go get slutted out. Right? Now all of your daughters are sluts and whores, man. And you let it happen. You piece of shit.
And in the back, you got a little 12-year-old girl laughing because she knows it to be true.
It's true.
Yeah. This shit is ridiculous, man. Nobody is valiant for the truth upon the earth, man, except the men of the Lord. All right? Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to grab that Revelation 13 and 18. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And we always go into the Greek, because that 666 stylized in the Greek, it's a chi psi stigma, 3 Greek letters, right? And then when you deal with stigma, right, it says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master, or commanded, branded, or pricked into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to.
Yeah. So Esau, he wants to brand you people with 666. He want to put the brand of 666 on your ass, man. You see? All right. You will be property of the 666 agenda, man. And at that point, they can do whatever the hell they want with you, man. All right. So if you fall for the gag that's coming up pretty soon, man, the hour of temptation, all right, the mark of the beast. If you fall for that, man, when they come out with that, all right, you have officially pledged your allegiance to Satan. Okay, you have officially pledged your allegiance to Satan, man. Just like how you have these niggas in Hollywood. You know what I mean? They go into Hollywood and they meet up with them directors, them executives, them record executives and shit. And then them executives, they let you get to a certain point, and then at some point they approach you like, hey, look, man, this is how we really get down in Hollywood. And then the devil comes, man. And the devil offers you a chance at fame, money, riches. Real shit, man. This is what's really going on. Okay? The devil, Satan, offers you a chance of fame, money, and riches. All right? And at that point, you can say yay or nay. And if you say yay, you are now on payroll to do the bidding of Satan. All right? That's going to be everybody with the chip. You are now on payroll to do the bidding of Satan, man. Okay? They could tap into you and use you at any time. They got that movie Contracted. They this woman got a goddamn brain chip in her. Okay? And she thought it was all cool. She thought she was living the life, right, with the brain chip in her. But then the brain chip start having her assassinate people. You know what I mean? The brain chip was communicating, telling her like, hey, look, you got to go kill this guy. Or else, the brain chip will send her like a shockwave that'll put her in an immense amount of pain. So when you get the chip, when you get the mark of the beast inside of you, right? Esau could use you for satanic purposes. Okay? He could use you to carry out certain little agendas. You will be a sleeper cell for Satan's agenda, man. That's why you're not supposed to take it, man. Okay?
Got this. This is Psalms 2. It's starting at verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
The heathen are raging, man. You know? They conspire against the nation of Israel and coming about this global system to further oppress our people, man, and to keep us in subjection to slavery.
The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
Right, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, right, and against his anointed, his people, right? Because Esau, he's at the forefront, and he's totally in opposition against the Heavenly Father and his righteousness, man. Coming about with this whole digital system, right, his MOTB, it's the Most High's MOTB. He's the one running the program. Esau, he ain't doing shit of his own will. That's what he fails to realize. The Lord is going to shut all his shit down. He's going to tear his whole kingdom down. And he's going straight into captivity, man.
That's right. Verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
Right, the Lord is laughing at this whole fucking operation, man, because he knows he's the one in control. Esau, he's just his creation, man. Lord does whatever he wants with his creation. Look what he did to us, man. No.
And if this devil has so much power, wouldn't it take longer than an hour to destroy this place? If it was like a big bad guy that just has so much power, wouldn't it take a couple days?
Yeah.
Months? The Lord said, I'm going to do it in an hour. The Lord is doing it in an hour on purpose to show his power. Just like with Gideon, he said, keep sending them away, keep sending them away. I want to show my power. Until they had 300 men. The Lord does this on purpose to show his power. There ain't no denying it had to be Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It ain't Buddha, it ain't the 7-day Adventists, it ain't the Mormons. It's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
And you devils should have learned from Pharaoh of Egypt, man.
That's right.
You know, the Lord raised him up for the purpose of showing his power and taking them down. You know, he's doing the same. He's gonna do the same thing to your wicked asses and bringing y'all down, man.
Turn Nebuchadnezzar into a beast.
Right.
Bishop.
You know what I mean? Only the Lord can do that.
Hey, who was crawling on his limbs, you know, on his four limbs.
Yeah. Only the Lord could turn somebody, a king, a mighty king of the earth, into a beast.
Yeah.
Had him running around the field butt naked, eating fucking
Grass.
bugs and chewing on leaves, man. You see?
That word for derision in the Hebrew is la'ai. It says to mock, deride, ridicule. And the Lord is mocking every counsel that these devils hold in which they conspire against his people, man. The Lord is laughing at this devil and his pride, right? Thinking that he's gonna stop the Lord's program.
Hey, you know, the ultimate form of mocking is when the Lord give us that spiritual power.
Right.
That's gonna mock Esau for real, because Esau, first and foremost, Esau regarded us as 3/5 of a man, right? And Esau, he got all these plans and all of this high-tech weaponry, and then these lowly men, right, that nobody regarded, they get spiritual power like the X-Men, okay, and they start destroying everything he created. That's gonna mock the shit out of Esau, man. All right, like damn, you know what I mean? You mean to tell me, you know, they got the power to destroy everything I built? Them? Are you serious? Hey, even when the elect get raised up, that's gonna mock Esau, because Esau's plan was to cancel out the elect,
To exterminate all of us, man.
get all of us out of here. But he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna be able to. So that's gonna mock him right there when he sees the men of the Lord get beamed up in a chariot. All right, because Esau, he spent so much money, so much time trying to stop that moment from happening. You know, people don't realize that, man. Esau, he spent so much time and resources just to stop the moment where we get risen up, man. The moment of our salvation. He put so much time to try to counteract that, man. And he gonna fail miserably, and he gonna look like a fucking fool.
They're not ready for that, man. They're not ready.
And he gonna look like a more of a fucking fool. All right, when we come down off them ships. All right, the New Jerusalem, we got them new bodies. Okay, and now we gonna slap your bitch ass in your mouth, nigga. Now we can put hands on you now.
Just like that one guy in the show Invincible, Cecil, he got a beam of light and they hit Omni-Man and it didn't do a damn thing but make his nose bleed.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
gonna be the same way.
Same way.
And that machine, just one shot of that machine, that satellite was over $400 billion. It was stated in the show. Esau probably wasted more than that to get rid of the books, you know,
Yep.
the teaching curriculums and all that.
Yep.
He wasted a lot of money, man, but it's nothing, you know. All his labors were in vain. As the scriptures say, you know.
That's right.
So we're going to close it out here. Once again, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to our Heavenly Father and His only God's Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and taught us the truth. And peace and blessings to the elect. To the next we say, Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.